Hello everyone, myself Prashant. Hope you all are doing great. So, our today's topic is fundamental rights, and this chapter will be divided into multiple parts. And this is the first part of this chapter. So, let's begin. Right, so we know fundamental right is from Article 12 to Article 35. So, let's begin. So, fundamental rights. So, it comes under Part 3 of Indian Constitution. Important to know Part 3 of Indian Constitution, right? So, let's discuss some important points of this fundamental right. So, first is that it got inspired from Bill of Rights. So, a Bill of Rights in US is also a list of fundamental rights. So, it this fundamental right is inspired from Bill of Rights, right? Then the second point says that Part 3, which is fundamental right, is described as Magna Carta of India because it contains very long and comprehensive list of fundamental rights. So, what is this Magna Carta? So, Magna Carta basically means Great Charter. It is a Latin word and it means Great Charter, right? So, what is this Great Charter? So, a Great Charter contains list of freedom and liberties that is granted to English people, that is granted to Britishers, right? So this is what Magna Carta is. Basically, this is fundamental right for English people, right? So this is what it means. Now let's move to the third point. So third point says that fundamental right is more elaborate than fundamental right of any other country in the world. So our fundamental right is very elaborated, right? If you if you read the constitution and if you read fundamental rights section, then you'll get to know. Now let's move to the next slide. So, importance of fundamental right. So, what are the importance of fundamental right? So, first, I beg your pardon. So, first and foremost importance of fundamental right is that it promotes ideal of political democracy. Very important. Of it promotes political democracy, right? This is very important. Then the second point says that it prevents establishment of any authoritarian and despotic rule in the country. So, what does this despotic mean? So, it means that unlimited power is exercised over other people and using that power unfairly. So this is what despotic means or despotism means, right? In medieval times, we have seen or we have read about various rulers who are very despotic, right? So here that despotic means the same, right? Exercising unlimited power and unfairly. This fundamental rights prevents establishment of such authoritarian rule and despotic rule, right? Now let's move to the next slide. So, fundamental rights also protect liberties and freedom of people against state invasion. Very important, against state invasion. It is not saying private, right? It's saying state invasion. So basically, fundamental right is guaranteed, and it is for protecting liberties and freedom of people against state invasion, right? So what does this state invasion means? It basically means that state is not exercising its powers in a manner where basic fundamental or human rights of not human rights but fundamental rights of individual is being taken away. So this is what this state invasion means. Then this point says that fundamental rights operate limitation on tyranny of executive and arbitrary laws of legislature. So it imposes limitation on tyranny. So what does this tyranny means? It means unfair use of power over people, right? So it acts or it operate as a limiting factor on tyranny of the government, right? On tyranny of the government, executive and legislature. Very important. Now let's move to the next slide. So Then here it says that just give me 1 second. Yeah, so in short, what we can conclude regarding importance of fundamental right is that fundamental rights aim at establishing a government of laws, not of men, right? So it's clear, it's for establishing government of laws, not government of men, right? Not government of men. So when you will study history, just for understanding, I'll discuss that. So when you study history, you must have gone while studying the reign of various rulers. So in those reign, you must have seen that how the ruler did whatever they wanted. So that type of government is a government of men, right? Whatever ruler wished, whatever the top of the government wished, that they did. But that is why fundamental right came into picture. So fundamental right is for establishing government of law, right? Not of men. Now let's move to the next slide. So here we will discuss what are the articles, and they come under which type of fundamental right. We will discuss that here. So a right to equality. So right to equality comes in article 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So the range is from article 14 to article 18, right? Then right to freedom. So right to freedom article ranges from article 19 to article 22. So article 19, article 20, article 21, article 22, all these articles are included in right to freedom category, right? Then right against exploitation. So this article includes article 23 and article 24. Then right to freedom of religion. So the articles which are there in this section is article 25, article 26, article 27, then article 28, right? So you should know that these articles fall under which type of fundamental right? Then cultural and educational right. So cultural and educational right is in article 29 and 30. So 29 is for article 29 is a cultural right, and article 30 is a educational right, for minorities and all. We will discuss that later on, right? Then right to property. So right to property was a fundamental right when constitution was commenced, right? And this right to property was in article 31, but this article got deleted through 44th constitutional amendment act of 1978. Very important. And what is the present status of this right to property, or rather what is the status, what was the status of this right to property after 44th amendment act of 1978? So the status is that it became a legal right under part 12 of Indian constitution, and it is under article 300A. So right to property is in article 300A, and this article 300A comes under part 12 of Indian constitution, right? Then right to constitutional remedies. So this right to constitutional remedies comes under article 32, and in this article 32 only there are various writs. There are various writs. We will discuss that later on when we cover right to constitutional remedies, right? So this is it, I guess. So next I'll be coming up with the features of fundamental right, and we will cover this chapter in multiple parts. So thank you for your time. Thank you so much. I hope you learned something, and you learned something from this video. So thank you so much.